going to be leaving in the morning to head down to Nashville to go work on Lance's Mc5. I got to put a fuel pump on it for him. So today we're going to run into the city and go pick up a fuel pump. So we have it and bring it with us. Shipping was just going to be ridiculous to have one sent overnight. So pay a little bit more off the shelf price, but not to pay shipping and just go pick it up for him. We're all loaded up. Got the fuel pump with me and we're heading down to Nashville. Well, we're coming into Nashville. I really need to learn to start paying attention what time I leave Indianapolis to head down here, because it's 4:30 on a Friday. I'm gonna get the worst of the traffic trying to get through here. The Nashville traffic sucks. But we're close. Got less than an hour to go till we get to the shop with traffic, so should be there soon. Well, we made it down here. So here's the Mc5. This is what we're going to be working on. Probably tonight. I need to get started on getting the coolant drained. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get it, possibly do the fuel pump completely tonight. We got that going on. And here in the building, we have the MC8. So Lance has all the new brake hoses for this. So, there's no way here. This will probably be my tomorrow morning project while it's raining. I'll mess with this thing. We got the coolant draining out of it. We went ahead and shut the heater loop off in the bus, so we're only draining the engine and the radiators. All we need to get it to is below this crossover level right there. So it's going to take a minute, but I'll start messing with some other stuff while it gets down there. Alright, we've been letting this thing drain. So I got these broke loose with a hose pick. And there's the coolant pipe. So now that this is out, throw that on the bed. We have some pretty good access to get that fuel pump out of there. So I have the first fuel line already disconnected, but I did not take the pipe out for it. I didn't want to try to get a weird angle on it or anything like that, so probably grab a wrench next to get this other fuel line off. And then we are to the point where we can start taking the bolts out of it. Alright, so I got to get this top fuel line out to be able to get a wrench on this bottom one here. When you're dealing with one of these fittings, take 2 wrenches. That way you're distributing that load, because these fittings, you can collapse the center here where the threads are and mess them up real easy if you just put a wrench in the center and start twisting on them. So when you go to break them loose, I usually just take 2 of the same size wrench, put them both on there so they're on the outside edges, and then break it loose. That way I don't mess up a fitting and get stuck. So now that we got that top line out, I have room to get a wrench in here, get that bottom fitting out of there. I tried to get it before and it just wanted to slip off because of the hard angle you had to get at. So I was able to get it on here a lot straighter just to get it broke loose. Now it's coming off no problem. So I do think we're going to have to take this line off right here to be able to get to this fuel pump bolt down here. There's one right there. There's one back here. I don't know if I can get a wrench down from the top on it. If not, I did bring my S and C shaped wrenches with me. So no matter what, there's going to be some way we'll get those out of there. The fuel line is off. Let's get that set out of the way so nothing hits it. But we're getting pretty close. It shouldn't take all that much more to get that pump out of there. So I think it's going to be easiest to take this line off on this end, because once it's loose on one end, I can lay it over and then get access to the fuel pump bolts right behind it. So we got the last fitting and a couple bolts out of it. I ended up using one of these S wrenches to get it out of there. But we should be at the point the fuel pump comes out. So I got both pumps laid out on the back of the truck here. Cleaned this off just to make sure. Left-hand rotation, left-hand rotation. So we're good to go. I just got to get a couple things swapped over, and this pump's ready to go back on. And there it is. Fuel pump is back in and back together. Started sprinkling rain for a sec right about the time I started putting it back together, so I didn't record. I just tried to get this all back together. Get my tools picked up. I got a few more things to put away out here, but it's only a couple hours to get that fuel pump on there.